Wait, call.
Real life. Real life
Yeah,
now.
good evening. Good evening.
Good
This is
evening.
Janitri, West Bengal, Janitri Wing, Kolkata. I am welcoming you all to our today's discussion on women entrepreneurship and leadership. Um, then, first, if I talk about leadership and women, there is something. What leadership actually? For me, leaders are dealers of hope, and a good leader embark inspired to make more leaders, according to me. And as a woman, becoming leader is overcoming challenges, fostering a positive work culture, that is very important. And secondly, inspiring others. So obviously, another thing a leaders can do, which society thinks women are lacking, that is decision making and strategic planning.
Mm-hmm.
But I personally think women are much more organized than men, and they can do it much better because they previously managed the household.
Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello. I think we've lost.
Yeah,
I
both of
think
them, I guess.
both of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so continuing with ma'am's thoughts, I think what all of us believe that yes, ma'am, we have you back. Uh,
Yeah.
Please
So
continue.
I am asking Rumi to go forward with the discussion. Okay. And where is Rumi? Rumi is now left.
There's some
Uh,
connectivity issue with Rumi, I guess. So
Yeah, Tone, let me introduce Hena and Shweta. I'm asking both of you, please introduce yourself once. I start with Shweta.
thank you so much, ma'am. I am glad to share the panel with you and Hena and Rumi. And I am a media professional. I have worked successfully with IIM Ahmedabad, IHM Kolkata in the past.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is my profile, and I am here to share my views on how economic independence helps women.
Very good evening to all the members here. Myself, Hena Ahmed. I'm a media and communication professional. I started my career with the Times of India, and then I worked
Hi,
with the Ministry of
welcome
Culture.
all the proud Janitrian, Sweta and Hina here. So we are going to take this statement on very important topic, that is women's economic empowerment. Am I audible to you? Because
Yes,
my
you
internet
are
is
audible.
showing it's not.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay.
Yeah, you're very much
Okay.
audible.
So first, okay. So my first question to you, Hina, we are from the media background. So what
Uh,
is your experience about your career? Because you're working with a lot of other venture and your experience, and you're managing family as well. So what is your experience? How you're
Uh,
managing?
See, being financially independent is very essential for not just for women, but for every individual. Earning money and having a career is not just about money. It's about having total control over your life and you being able to make decisions without being independent on anyone. So I would say that every woman must have a career, even if not working in office, they can start up with small things, or they can even go for there are many groups which are working from home itself. They can do something like they should keep doing something or the other to have a solid source of income. So when women have
Yeah.
financial independence, it gives them more power to make decisions about their life. It increases the confidence and also gives a sense of self-worth. So over a span of a decade in media, what I got to learn is that education is a very vital force for all women out here, which will lead to financial independence, getting the right exposure, and yeah, upgrading yourself and educating yourself every day. Since we live in a digital era, it is very essential for us to keep ourselves upgraded and updated to work successfully and thrive in a ever
Absolutely.
evolving community. Yeah.
Yeah. So Shweta, my question to the question to you as well. You're from media industry as well, right? So,
Yes.
what is your experience? How you are managing your home? Then you're taking care of your career as well. So, how you managing?
First of all, I thank you, Rumi, and everyone else in this panel. So I take inspiration from people around, like you, like Hina ma'am, uh, like Joytri ma'am, because I remember us talking 2 years ago, and I wanted to work, get back in my career after working with IIM Ahmedabad and IIHM. So I remember discussing with you, and you had this positivity to do something for women. And that's when my thought evoked that I should not completely leave my career for 4 years till my children are growing up. I also should do something. So that's where I got my inspiration from. And I am not making this up. You know how much I admire you, how much I respect you. And this all comes from people like you who keep supporting us, because it is easy for us to get emotionally carried away. It is easy for us to sacrifice because it comes naturally to women. It's not that men don't sacrifice. Yes, they do, but the proportion or the measure
I-
is less.
I'll I'll just add on here. I think
Yeah.
women are all born multitaskers, you know.
Yes. I agree. I agree. So also, and that's the reason why there is this gender divide. I mean, we cannot blame men completely, or we cannot blame
Mhm.
women completely. So what I think this entire topic is about, women. So that's the reason why I am here. I would always say that you should not stop. As a content writer, I kept working on my projects. When there was a point in time where I was struggling where to find my projects, that was the time when I had people like Rumi in my connection, who got me
Mhm.
people with whom I can network and I can start. So I think yes, it's very important that you do not completely leave things. It's important for me.
What I would say is, like the gender thing is also gender gap, you can say, is also narrowing down. Now it is not that like
Yes.
families are also not that stringent with women working. But
Yes.
yeah, there are certain biological constraints which women have, means be it after
Yes.
marriage or be it after having a child, which can act as a barrier to their career, and which I feel is all right to take a sabbatical or so. Give yourself, your body, your child, your family the time it requires for the relationship to grow, and you can always get back to what you have been doing, what you have been passionate about. So I think both are essential, and there has to be a fine balance between the two to have a successful life. Success is not just like financial independence, should also come with a fine balance.
Right.
So,
So, Shweta, Hena said about the decision making and the
Hmm.
Hmm.
confidence to be boss. So, what is your comment on that?
uh,
Uh, Ma'am, you want to go first? You can talk.
yeah,
Hena
but
said
I
about the
want to add
decision.
something on this gender equity part. As a mother of a son, I strongly believe this is my responsibility to make my son um, able to respect women, and it is
Yes.
my responsibility to make my son There is no distinction between women and men. All are human.
True.
You know,
That's
because mother, when we talk about woman, we talk about mother. I have seen people, those who are mother but not woman. I believe motherhood is a emotion, is a feeling. It can be can shown easily without bearing a child, without you have a child or not,
Right.
without you have wife or not. You
mm-hmm.
know, I have
Yes.
seen one of my colleagues. I seen a motherly attitude with him, from him. I when I work, I have. Uh, I have felt motherly attitude from one of my teachers. So your feeling says who are mothers or not. So
True.
it is not about mother, it is about woman. Woman, we are today we are talking about empowerment and entrepreneurship and leadership. But when we go to auto, we don't agree to sit on the front. We don't um, ये जो जनरल सीट होता है हम बस में उधर ही बैठ जाते हैं, एक बुढ़ा आदमी को हम नहीं छोड़ते. तो वी यूज टू become weak as the situation comes. There are duality within us. It is true. Whether you are, देखो, when I am older than you, I have seen people. तो हम लोग सामना सामनी तो बहुत entrepreneurship के बारे में बोलते हैं, बोलियो এম্পাওয়ারমেন্ট নিয়ে বলি, কিন্তু বেসিক্যালি আমরা কতটা মানি নিজেরা, আমরা নিজেরা অনেক সময় উইক ভাবি কিন্তু. অ্যান্ড অ্যানাদার থিং, আমাদের ডিসিশন
Mhm.
মেকিং এর একটা সমস্যা হয় আমাদের ছোটবেলা থেকে যেমন শেখানো হয়. এই যে দ্য
See,
টার্ম স্যাক্রিফাইস ইজ ভেরি নেগেটিভ.
there I would like to intervene there. It is how the society was built up. Having a seat in a local train or a metro or a bus, or like the reservations for women, that is how things were. But trust me, there are some women who are strong enough and they do really, leave the space for elderly citizens, be it men or women or those who require it the most. So gradually, the mentality is also changing. It is no longer the
Yes,
same.
yes, true, true,
But the thing is,
true.
we have been seasoned in such a way that okay, this is your seat, this is mine. So it is like it will take time for that to,
Absolutely, absolutely.
it will take.
না,
Mhm.
দ্যাট হ্যাড বিকজ লেডিস সিট তৈরি হয়েছে কিছু কারণের জন্য. Is এত ফিজিক্যাল হ্যারাসমেন্ট
Uh,
কিংবা আমরা ফেস করি, যতই ছোট হোক যেমনই হোক, উই হ্যাভ ফেসড in every
mhm.
juncture of our life. কোনো এর
That's
গুঁতো
true.
বলো,
That's true.
টাচ বলো, we have experienced bad touch. That is why ছোটবেলা থেকে এখন গুড টাচ ব্যাড টাচ শেখানো হয়. Society is changing and we are seeing our current generations are much more progressive. মানে দিস ইজ, এটা বলতেই হবে, এটা না বললে হবে না. সো বাট কি
Mhm.
হয় জানো তো, আমার খুব মনে হয় যে আমরা মাঝে মধ্যে নিজেদের উইকার ভাবি
Yeah,
কিন্তু.
so here media industry is progressing with very good, rate. They're growing with CAGR 12%. So, what is your advice for young minds?
Can you come again? I
How
just
they
lost your
should?
voice. I
Yeah,
just
your
lost your
Yeah,
voice is
voice.
a
the internet is not
হ্যাঁ, yes,
stable
your
right now.
voice is not clear, Rumi.
Actually, what you're
Yeah,
asking, I'm
but
not being able to
I'm
hear
facing some
properly.
problem with internet connection today.
oh,
Okay,
Anyways,
okay.
I'm repeating the question. Uh, our media industry is going with very progressive rate. It's a CAGR 12%. So, what is your advice to the young minds? How they should, pursue this career as an entrepreneur, or they can also join some media house. So, why
Uh,
and how they should
uh,
join?
in today's time, there's a lot of options for young students. They can start off from a very early age because we with the digitalization, we have lots and lots of options. A young student of class 6, 7, or 8, or 9, 10, can just start off writing a blog. Start with just we have phone. It's a multi-purpose device, you can say, right? They can start with simple vlogs, capture their experiences. They can go out and with the help of a phone they can do anything and everything. Then we have online channels through which they can learn. So now the options are plenty. students can start writing from a very young age. They can get it checked by their seniors or supervisors. They can start their own blog, circulate it among the peer groups, the school, colleges, get the review and work on it. So I think things are now way easier than it was with me. So they have a lot more exposure and they can easily, get their creative work published.
Yeah,
So
I
one
Same
advice
agree.
for
question
them
for
would be,
Shweta. Shweta,
yeah,
Yeah,
in the
one
marketing, yeah.
advice for them would be to keep reading, to keep watching, keep their eyes and ears open. That's very important. What is happening around you? Media is all about what's happening around you. It's a third eye. It's the third eye. What people are not able to see, you have to show them that. So you have to be very, very active and you have to screen things properly, bring in your own perspective. And yeah, yes, of course, try and enroll yourself in proper institutes so that you're guided well and come out with flying colors and, place yourself in a better organization.
Can
so
you recommend some institution for West Bengal region?
West Bengal, Jadavpur University is there, St. Xavier's is there, Shri Shiksha Ayatan College is
presidency.
there,
Yeah.
Presidency is there, yes, Bhavans is there,
There are many private institutes as well,
very
and
private,
it's,
yeah.
yeah, it's glad to see that we have Calcutta Media Institute as well,
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
people can explore so much. But before that, what I feel is that it's easy for young minds to get influenced by what they see, because I talk to many young minds, and I used to also take lectures in IIHM. So they feel that looking good, being a news anchor is so glamorous, is so nice. I'm on TV. So, but
It's not that easy.
yes, exactly. So you and I and all of us know it's not that easy,
It,
and
it,
the
it is not just about presentation, it is more about the
exactly,
content which you are
exactly,
delivering. That's very important. So, content is the
yeah.
king, as we say it.
Content is the king, and also, ma'am, what I feel is they should have value, they should have respect for what they do, because there are so many options, and because I have also been working since 6 7 years, and I also have children, and I wouldn't want them to get something that is too good to be true.
Of
So
course.
yeah, so then, yeah.
Additionally, there's also a new influx of influencers. Now, students or aspirants need not, look up to a certain brand to work with.
Right.
They always have the option of, working on their own, having their own channel, having their own handle, having their own way to dispose of what they want, having their own way
Yeah,
to
but the
send
entire
across
thing,
their.
yeah, that
Hmm.
is true, ma'am. But if you see, they
And it has,
get,
the influencer
yeah.
market has greatly evolved. Maybe of late, food blogging and travel blogging.
But again,
It
if you
has developed a
see,
lot.
there are people, there are two types of people. One who are doing it on their own, who are doing it organically. Then there are
Mhm.
people who try to pay, and then they give it to someone else. And youngsters are doing this more than anyone else. So, I mean, they are walking on a two-edged sword. That's
So
what I
then
feel.
some kind of monitoring is required
Right.
there. Some kind of monitoring is required there because organic and inorganic, it's easily, it's one can easily understand. It's not a very
So
tough job.
yeah, because you and I, ma'am, everyone can understand because we have seen, and I'm guessing all of us are self-made, and
Mm-hmm.
we have paved our way. We have our family
Mm-hmm.
support and everything, but yes, we have made decisions on our own. Like I am a 12th science failure, and I always used to say that I am not meant for science. I am meant for
Mm-hmm.
arts. Because I used to feel that I am an artist. So
Mm-hmm.
I took arts, then I did BA, MA, and by the
Mm-hmm.
time I was doing these things, I discovered that maybe I talked to my professor, and she suggested that you should do mass communication. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I wrapped it up. And last year, during my second pregnancy, I did a course in digital marketing. So
That's great.
I think Joyatri ma'am would agree with me that learning never stops. We should always
Absolutely. Yeah. I got good marks, very good marks in Madhyamik, but I had to complete HS with three effort. 3 বছর লেগেছিল. You know,
Mhm.
you can see myself at Josh Talk and other videos in YouTube also. Uh,
সেটা তো হবে ম্যাম,
maybe
কিন্তু আই থিঙ্ক
আমি তোমাদের
হিনা
যেটা
ম্যাম অ্যান্ড
বলছি বাবা, তো ইউ নো প্যাশনকে সামনে রেখে কাজ করা না, এটা খুব কমজন পারে,
রাইট।
খুব কমজন পারে। ইনফ্যাক্ট আমরা সারা জীবন বুঝে যায় আমাদের লাগতে যে আমরা অ্যাকচুয়ালি কি চাই, হোয়াট উই ওয়ান্ট অ্যাকচুয়ালি, আমাদের সেলফ ওয়ার্থটাকে বোঝা, সেটা তো সব সময় স্কুলে শেখায় না, আমাদের কলেজে শেখায় না, এবং আমাদের বাড়িতে তো ছেড়েই দাও, আমরা ওভাবেই বড় হই না। তোমার নিজেকে ভালোবাসা, ইউ হ্যাভ টু think about yourself, your inner peace, your what মানে your difference between your want and desire,
রাইট।
no?
See, it's
তো
very
এটা
difficult.
জানা,
See, some families are privileged, some are not. So it gets
ইয়েস।
very difficult for certain individuals to understand their inner calling, or maybe they might have financial constraints. But then, so
एक चीज हम
not
बोलना
all are.
चाहते हैं, প্রিভিলেজ বাট লাইফের মতো ভালো টিচার হয় না, ইউনো, যদি শিখতে যাই না যেমনই হোক শিখিয়ে দেয়। উই হ্যাভ সিন দ্যাট যে র্যাক
Hmm.
পিকার সান আর গেটিং গুড মার্কস আর শাইনিং ব্রাইট, আমরা দেখি এখন সোসাইটিতে।
See, that's a
প্রিভিলেজ,
rarity. 1 out of 100 is
yes,
doing
yes,
that. Not
these
all
are
of them.
exceptions, these are exceptions. I totally agree, you know, স্বপ্ন দেখানো মানে ড্রিম করাটা না খুব দরকার। এই ড্রিমটা
Yeah,
সবাই
I
করতে পারে
agree.
কিন্তু করতে দেওয়া হয় না। You have
You
to.
need that
There was a
passion.
time I was doing a film therapy in ইট ভাটা বোঝো তোমরা, ব্রিক, ওয়েট ওয়েট,
No, no, of course, I agree with ma'am. If you stop dreaming, you stop
হ্যালো,
living. So, yeah,
ইয়েস ইয়েস। তো
I
আমি
agree.
একবার গেছি, মে আই শেয়ার আ স্মল এক্সপিরিয়েন্স অফ মাইন্ড
Yes,
রিগার্ডিং দিস ড্রিম। So
yes, ma'am.
once I went to a brick field,
Hmm.
যেখানে ব্রিক তৈরি হয়, and ওখানে মেনলি মাইগ্রেটরি ওয়ার্কাররা আসে, they can't understand Hindi also. I went there to teach them, have a session of film therapy. So first day I had that very time a small Canon camera. I asked বাচ্চাগুলোকে আমি ডাকলাম, দেখে ওদের যখন জিজ্ঞেস করলাম যে তোমরা কি হতে চাও, হোয়াট ডু ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু বি ইন লাইফ, ওরা প্রত্যেকেই বলেছিল যে পাপাকে জেসা। পাপা কি করে, পাপা ইট বানায়, ইউনো। দেন আই হ্যান্ডেড ওভার মাই ক্যামেরা টু দেম অ্যান্ড আস্কড এভরিওয়ান 5 মিনিটস আমি দেবো, তোমরা ছবি তুলে আমায় দেখাও, অ্যান্ড ইউ হ্যাভ টু এক্সপ্লেন ওয়াই ইউ হ্যাভ ক্যাচ দোজ পিকচার্স। তো একটা বাচ্চা না অনেক মেঘের ছবি তুলেছিল, বাচ্চাটার বয়স 7-8 হবে। तो आई आस्क्ड व्हाई इतना माने मेघेर छवि क्या, बादल का तस्वीर क्यों? उसने बोला कि मुझे ना आइसक्रीम दिख रहा था बादल के अंदर।
Oh,
Hmm.
এই
That's
বাচ্চাটা
such a
বলতেই পারছিল
that's a
না
very
যে আমি আমার,
creative thought.
it is something great. If you ask them to dream, they can think, but এই এবিলিটিটা আমরা করতে পারি না, ব্রাশ আপ করতে পারি না,
and
you
I
know,
think,
we
ma'am, we have crossed class system and caste system long back. I think
yes,
what generation are we in? This is the generation where India has given the Supreme Court has said yes to live in relationships. We are moving beyond. We are crossing barriers. We are crossing borders, and Janitri is also crossing borders. So I
yes,
think
yes.
we've left this long back. I think, yeah, that's what I feel.
But you know, in our West Bengal, a village named Anandi Gram near at Birbhum district,
Yes.
still there is caste system, very strong caste system. I went there for impact assessment for Indian Oil, and উধর কি হয়েছিল, ওইখানে একটা খাতায় অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স নিতে হয়। তো আমি যখন এক জায়গায় অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স নিচ্ছিলাম, আরেকটা বাচ্চা ছেলে একটা সাদা পাতায় অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স লিখে আমায় দিল, ওই খাতাটা ওরা ধরবে না কারণ ছোট জাত ধরেছিল বলে।
Hmm.
ওখানে
Oh
একটা
my God.
পুকুর আছে, পুকুরে ওরা যখন ছোট জাত জল খায়, স্নান করে, অন্যরা যায় না। এটা ওয়েস্ট
Mhm.
বেঙ্গলের কথা বলছি। আমরা এগুলো কিন্তু চোখে পড়ে না।
See, in certain pockets, those these kind of things still prevail, and I think in the days ahead also it will be like that. But then with mass education, things will change in the days to come.
Yes,
True.
yes.
So, Rumi, I
Yeah.
would like to add two more points. Like for any aspirant, it is very important to stay updated with the industry development. The longer you work in media, the more conscious you get of what you are doing. He or she will be able to assess their work, monitor what others are doing in your area, and what is going to bring in larger business, larger audience. To keep current with new trends, it can be good to follow some popular social media handles, websites, magazines constantly. And next is experiment a lot with new styles. Now is the generation for a lot of different media, different patterns. Experiment with different production styles uh, that will attract others towards you. Give your work a distinct, unique identity.
Also,
Try and
yeah,
communicating with
please
a broad diaspora of people, so that will help you. Because what I have felt over this span of like over my career, the span, that it's very important to communicate with different sets of people, because then you get a lot of exposure and you know different culture, uh, different theories, different propagandas, a lot of things, political, food, travel, a lot of things. So this
different ages.
exposure helps in a lot of personal and professional growth. It helps you to achieve your objectives. And one will also like being into media, and as a media professional, one should also be able to perform thorough research, which is very important. And to enhance, this will help in keeping the audience hooked and engaged. This is
And also,
really important.
I would like to suggest that these days there are many competitions happening online, offline. You can get yourselves enrolled in any competition, which will help you. Like we have story writing competitions. Times of India does it, and there are many such media houses. Or apart from that, schools do it, colleges do it, private there are private coaching centers that do this. So I think they should enhance their skills, because people after a point they get uh, irritated if you don't have skills. And you can be very good looking, and children know should know this, that it's not about your appearance, it's less about your appearance, it's more about the knowledge that you have, the wisdom that you have. Wisdom comes with experience, knowledge grows with sharing it with people. So that's what I feel. And as a media professional, what I have seen is the media world is again a double edged sword. You have
Mhm,
amalgamation of good and bad both. So
mhm.
as you grow, you understand, you have to be diplomatic, you have to be political, you have to know where you are going. So it will give you decision making and clarity step by step. That is
Shweta,
what.
you're from the content mainly. So how this online industry is growing like anything. So how the content writer and the young minds or the women who are who can start their career after their marriage and all, what should be no, where they should focus more? What type
I
of
think
content should write? How they
I
can
think you all
improve?
will agree with me that it is important to research. Like I said, it is important to gain knowledge. So when I went to IIM this time, I met one of the professors, and he also suggested the same thing. At this age, at the age of 36, I feel that I know only this much. So as a content writer, I still
Yeah.
have to explore.
Right.
And it depends on the industry you are writing for. If you are writing
Mhm.
for education, then you have to research in that area. If you are writing for real estate, then it has to be that practical. If you are writing for, like, suppose mint line, it has to be that way. So I think you need to carve a niche, and you need to identify, because you cannot do everything. First of all, you have to identify, if I am good at technical writing, then let me explore that.
Mm-hmm.
If I am good at feature writing, let me do that. If I am good at writing for print media, I should do that. If I am good at electronic journalism, if I can be a good presenter along with a good researcher, so let me explore that. So I think writing is everywhere. If you see a brochure, right from a brochure to your website to your blog, you have writing everywhere.
And how,
So
like,
Mm-hmm.
how they can earn from it? How they can earn from it? Their skills.
they can earn, of course, because you have to apply. Now online is so vast and so lucrative.
I'll just like to add on to that.
Yeah.
You can always like blogs through YouTube, through their own channels also. A lot of students can earn, students
Yeah,
or
but ma'am, that
any
happens a
professional.
little late, because I'll tell you what happens is, all of us have our own channels, right? It's not that easy to earn through it. What
Mm-hmm.
people feel is that it is easy to post 10 videos every day and get money. No, it's not true.
See, it's not
In
just
that
about posting
also,
videos, but it has to
yeah,
be
exactly.
interesting videos. The content has
Yes,
to be, yeah. Then
yes.
I'll just like to add on
Is
to
there
your
any
content thing.
short-term and long-term
It's
strategy to earn from it? Is there any
it's-
Short term
long-term
would
and
be to start
short-term
with
strategy?
a
see,
company first, ma'am. To start with a company, you have to work first. अभी क्या हो गया है, people think मैं क्यों किसी के अंडर काम करूँ? If I am an influencer, everyone will get influenced. So,
So
but right
people
from
can
Indra
earn by,
knowing,
playing
yeah.
that
So they need
influencer
to
role, right?
apply. They need to apply on LinkedIn. There are projects that are being offered. They need to
Okay.
network. Yeah. Also, there has to be a personal touch to it. Like I said, attend events, attend seminars, be do a lot of leg work. That is what my dean had actually advised me when I was doing mass communication. So I think that is important.
So my question goes to Hina. What
yeah.
is the minimum investment required to start a venture in media industry?
What is the minimum investment?
Yes, like as a
Uh,
freelancer or small venture,
See,
or
some of the
lower.
channels or some of the what do you say, some of the channels come free of cost. Like the initial, there's no initial cost like for 3 months or 6 months. So young professionals can go for them for free, register themselves for free. They can like for instance creating a blog. There are no on certain platforms. There are no charges applicable, so they can start off with that and then gradually
With
they work
zero
on it
minimum investment.
uh, and
Okay.
then what happens is with content, be it content writing, be it writing for like uh, uh, trying to take up the career as a Instagram influencer or a YouTuber. So what one has to do is create like get ads and have a particular track of the number of posts they are doing it through the entire time frame of a month or a day like that. So here what comes is they need to have a sound knowledge of digital marketing and the tools, Google ads and etc. And there's a certain cost incurred over there. So depending on their requirement, they can always pay some amount and go ahead with it.
Okay. My question to Sweta: how we can create content if we talk about the video content, because
The
video is
video
getting a
content,
lot of impact.
it's all about interest, Rumi. Like, you would want to agree with me that because you nurtured Janitri, and because you thought that, the idea behind the content, because right now we are also delivering content, right? So which will be kept for posterity. So, like, you have identified, this is my niche, I'm going to create content for this. So there are people who like to create tutorials. For example, someone does it skincare thing, right? If you like taking care of skin, so you make video content out of it. If you like physics, or if you like chemistry. It's that simple. I mean, it's all about interest. I like to communicate,
Mm,
but I know the difference between just communicating and effective communication. So that is what people need to understand. Like, for you have to create a content strategy. For this month, I will keep posting one video, one audio or podcast, or then I will focus on LinkedIn for these many days. I will focus on Facebook, Instagram,
mhm,
Twitter. So this is how you need to chart out things. There is something called a content strategy. And now, because people read so much every day, they know more than us, but they don't know how to direct it. So I think they need to boil it down to one topic. You may dream big, but execute small. That's what I will say.
Yeah, Jayati, you're the mentor of so many institution and so many groups. So, what do you think this media industry, the freelance media organization, small venture of media, they are able to understand the entrepreneurship and how they should work,
uh,
and or they need guidance in terms of
Rumi,
how they can establish themselves as a
Rumi,
media
I'll take a,
writer or
I'll take up
Rumi,
influencer.
this.
we can't শুনতেই পাচ্ছি না মানে you are not clear actually.
Uh,
Yeah, there's a
Rumi,
lot of trouble with my internet connection.
I would like to add on to Shweta's point. Like for any content, you just need to first of all conceptualize. Think of a topic. Like I'm just strategizing it in a step by step way, where the first step is thinking what you want to write. Then goes zeroing in on a particular topic. Then third is your research. Start with a good research. Use online resources, magazines, newspapers, books, anything. Topic selection is very important. It can be a simple topic, but yes, it has to be really very interesting. Okay. Then comes the writing process. Once your research is done, start writing. Writing is again divided into three steps: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. So make the introduction very impelling so that the readers are attracted. The first two, three lines or four lines needs to be very, it needs to be very informative, very crisp, and very attractive. In the conclusion, make it elaborate and expand on the points which you want to speak further and give all the details and information. Conclusion, it again will sum up what you have spoken above. Always have a connection between the conclusion and the introduction so that the readers are never lost. They can, well, the conclusion has to be a crisp summary of whatever is being told so that you're ending on a very, like, you're ending on a very understanding note and making yourself very clear. Writing has to be very simple, first of all. Avoid using jargons, no tough words. A layman would never like to take up a dictionary and I'm reading four lines. Okay, which word is this? Going back to my dictionary. No one would prefer that. So be very simple. If you're using tough words or jargons, scientific terms, or any other terms, try to give the meaning of those terms in the bracket so that it is easier for the reader. Okay.
Right.
So these are the simple things
Also, what
which a
is the latest trend?
content
Yeah.
writer can follow. For a, mhm.
What is the
Sorry,
latest trend going on for content writer or writing?
I didn't
So that
get you. Your voice is
yeah,
breaking.
people should follow.
Latest, she's asking about latest trend that is going on in the writing field.
Latest trend is Chat GPT. It has ushered in a revolution here because
AI.
with AI, yeah, it has made a major disruption in the sense of what is happening here is earlier we used to, for one person was writing the entire article. Now you simply have to give the commands and you get the entire article or the write up. So it's a threat also to the writers. But then again, it is also, that is also, what do you say, uh, monitored by human, even though AI is there, but AI will not function well until and unless we humans are commenting properly on it. We are
Also,
not,
it
if
has
we are
been
not giving them
created
proper,
by
sorry, not commenting, we
humans.
have to give them proper prompts. And then when AI is, or when while using Chat GPT also, sometimes it might not give you the appropriate result. There you have to use the human brain and brains and think that, okay, is this content up to my mark? Is this required by me? Is this valid enough to go in my post, or whatever purpose I'm using that? So that's very important, very important. It's a major disruption in the content industry, these tools.
Yes, I
And
think
recently someone was fired
Shweta,
also for using
are you
chat,
agree with her?
chat
Are you
GPT.
agree with her?
Uh-huh.
yeah, I
Sorry.
agree with her, and
Are
also
you
in
agree with
between we,
Hina?
I would like to take
Shweta,
Jayatri ma'am's
Shweta, are you
opinion.
agree with Hina?
Yes, yes, I
হ্যাঁ,
agree. And Jayatri ma'am, what is your opinion on this? We missed you, and I would like to pass on Rumi's question to you that we missed in
Okay,
between.
do you think it's
So
a threat
because
to us?
yeah,
Chat GPT is something I'm telling you
Yeah.
because I have a big, small
Shweta,
digital marketing agency, which I have. Previously, what happened? We tried to think we have to study a lot, and now I am working with freelancers. They used to make it by ChatGPT, and there are also AI which can recognize whether it is done by any AI or not. We can't uh, ignore AI era. It is coming. Agami, mane coming 5 years, there will be a topsy turvy situation. We have to, we have to know AI more for any aspects of business or something. We have to know AI. আমি আমি যেহেতু লোকজনকে আমি পার্টিসিপেটরি মেথড নিয়ে পড়াশোনা করাই, লোকজনকে বলি যে কোয়েশ্চেন করো, মানে আই আস্ক চিলড্রেন, ডোন্ট রিড ইউর চ্যাপ্টার্স, মেক কোয়েশ্চেন্স আউট অফ চ্যাপ্টার্স, দ্যাট উইল হেল্প ইউ টু রিমেম্বার ইজিলি the whole chapter. So coming 5 years, there will be a drastic change in education. There will be a major change in people's creative thinking.
yes, because
AI
we have
will not.
another national education policy coming in, the new national
Yes, yes,
education policy.
absolutely, absolutely. AI will not. মানে আমরা সবাই বলছি না এআই এলে লোকে চাকরি চলে যাবে, নো, দ্য
Now,
পার্সন হু নো এআই দ্যাট মে পুল ইউ ফ্রম ইউর পজিশন, থ্রো ইউ আউট। সো এআই জানা খুবই জরুরি। বাট যেটা বলছো তোমরা কন্টেন্ট নিয়ে বলছো, যেটা তোমরা শুরুতে বলছিলে যে তুমি কি লিখতে চাও সেই নিয়ে তো ধারণা করতে হবে। ইউ হ্যাভ টু রিড ফার্স্ট, ইউ হ্যাভ টু স্টাডি ফার্স্ট। আর&ডি করাটা খুব জরুরি। আর আরেকটা জিনিস জানো তো, লিঙ্কডিনে একটা হয়, লিঙ্কডিনে আমি লিখি 1 মিনিট রিড বলে একটা ব্যাপার থাকে, 1 মিনিট রিড। তুমি লোককে বেশি পড়তে দিলে পড়বেই না, অ্যাটেনশন
I
স্প্যানটাকে ধরে রাখা।
what I am doing is, it's a 60 words news thing. I'm writing for this Adhan Media,
Wonderful,
and you
wonderful.
trust me, it's a mobile journalism, and it's just the news is ending in
Yes,
60 words. No one is willing to
no
read
one
or
is
write
willing to
very
read
long
this.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
very nice, very nice. Let's,
So this is
মানে
more
I will
increasing in
ask
longer
Rumi,
formats.
let's do something, because
Sorry.
I am associated with training and leadership building. So I
Mm-hmm.
would love to interact with both of you with Janitri banner. Let's go and মানে empower people,
Sure, sure, sure.
make
Yeah, yeah.
aware
I'm in
people.
for it. I'm in for it.
কন্টেন্ট মিনস যে যেমন খুশি কন্টেন্ট করছেন, হোয়াট ইজ, যেমন ধরো সে কিরণ দত্ত বঙ্গাই, আমি কোনোটা ভুল ঠিক বলছি না, দ্য কনসিস্টেন্সি দ্যাট গাই ইজ মেকিং বস, দ্যাট ইজ, হি ইজ গেটিং রিওয়ার্ড ফর দ্যাট। লেগে থাকা, তুমি যাই বানাও, তুমি যদি মনে করো তুমি জিনিস ভাঙছো, এটা দিয়ে লোকজন দেখতে ভালো
True.
লাগছে, স্টিক টু দ্যাট,
True. Mm.
স্টিক টু দ্যাট। ইউনিক জিনিস যে ভাবা, এটার মধ্যেও একটা ভালো জিনিস। আই এম টেলিং ইউ ওয়ান থিং, একটা বাচ্চাকে একবার আমি জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলাম, আমার ছোটদের ক্লাস হয়, তো ওখানে আমি জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলাম দুর্গা, আমরা দুর্গাকে জানি যে এরকম 10টা হাত, একটা লেডি, ভীষণ পাওয়ারফুল, সে সিংহর ওপর থাকে, অসুরকে মারছে। তো ওদের আমি চোখ বন্ধ করে ভাবতে বলেছিলাম, ইফ ইউ আর মেকার অফ দুর্গা, তোমার দুর্গা কার মতো দেখতে হবে? So boy stood up and told, I close my eyes and I've seen my father in Durga. এটা মেল শভিনিজম হতে পারে, অনেক কিছু হতে পারে, বাট দ্যাট বয় ক্যান থিঙ্ক ডিফারেন্ট। We should understand that.
Or maybe his father is the person who did everything for him.
Yes,
Maybe.
আমি বলেছিলাম, আমি
Yes.
বলি যে কেন তুমি লিখছো ভাবো, মানে ইউ হ্যাভ টু এক্সপ্লেন ওয়াই ইউ হ্যাভ সেড সো। তো ও তখন তাই বলেছিল, ও তাই বলেছিল হি ইজ ডুইং এভরিথিং, এবং আমার মনে হয় দুর্গা তো সব কাজ করে। দেখো এর মধ্যে অনেক সোশিও ইকোনমিক ব্যাপার আছে, আমি ওইদিকে যাচ্ছি না। আই অ্যাম অনলি পয়েন্টিং আউট দ্য ক্রিয়েটিভ ইমাজিনেশন পার্ট অফ দ্যাট লিটল বয়। হি ক্যান থিঙ্ক ডিফারেন্টলি। ইদারওয়াইজ সব তো আমরা শিখিয়ে দিই। একটা বাচ্চাকে এখন আনসারটাও শিখিয়ে দেয়, মুখস্থ করে দেয়। তোমরা যেটা করো কন্টেন্ট রাইটিং, তোমরা মিডিয়া সায়েন্সে, ইউ ক্যান থিঙ্ক ইয়োর সেলফ, যেটা রেয়ারেস্ট টু রেয়ার কোয়ালিটি। এখন লোকজন নিজের মতো চিন্তা করতেও পারে না বাবু।
True,
They
true.
can't. So
Right.
these are very nice quality you have, and that is why you are writer.
Right.
কারণ তোমরা পড়ো। আমি নিজেও জানি পড়লে, আমি এটা বই, স্কুলের বই বলছি না, পড়াশোনা, গল্পের বই, বুকস actually helps our imagination broaden. ও
Yes,
আমাদের
and
imagination
Kolkata, yeah, Kolkata holds book fair every year, and it is the place where people want to get educated. I see maids, cooks, everyone. They like their children to get educated. So, Rumi, one question to you. I don't know whether I can ask or not, but
We
what do
have
you think?
shortage of time today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
What
one
is
minute
your
of your
question
thought process. What do you think on this digital
on what?
era? How should students, because you are also good at designing, you are also good at thinking creatively, bringing everyone together, which is a very good quality. So what is your advice? What would you suggest?
See, we in digital era we are blessed with everything, and what I personally believe, and we all believe, we have infinite power within us, each one of us, and we can do everything we want. But first, we have to work on our mindset. So
Hmm.
everything start from here. That is what I believe. If you think
Right.
you can do everything.
Great.
So my question to you, the experts, industry experts from media industry, what do you think? Is there any gap in understanding the business? The entrepreneurship for all the media professionals. Are they understanding how to earn money out of this content industry or media industry? I'm talking about all the freelancers, small ventures and other ventures they're running, because a lot of media ventures they are facing the
See, this is the era
difficulty to
of
survive.
huge content we get to from earlier times. Now, if you just take for instance the television also, now we have OTT channels, Netflix, so many things. Like we are no longer dependent on going to for any kind of entertainment content, news consumption, we are not dependent on a single source. So obviously, the resources are increasing. Obviously, more people are getting employed. Obviously, more talents are being hired. So the scope for content industry and creative, the media industry is increasing in leaps and bounds. We have so many channels. Earlier it used to be just blog took the shape of vlogs is now, like, now people have switched on to then in between it was TikTok and all those things. TikTok got banned in India, and then it's Instagram has caught people's attention like no other, with the pictures, with the reels, with the videos. It's really captivating. I just keep scrolling down, like in the morning if I get up and log
That
into
is
my
fine,
Instagram
but what
handle.
about the
Ah,
local venture, venture from West Bengal or the India? We are talking
See,
about the
here
small
in
business or small
Kolkata, like
business owned by women. Yeah.
I
in
think
Kolkata,
everyone
Do
is
you think there
earning
is a
because
gap? There
see
is a
see see
gap
even
in
as
understanding how to plan the
nowadays.
business.
Sorry.
Do you think there is a gap in understanding how to start business, how to start their venture?
See, even
No,
just at
I'm
the very
talking
lower level,
about
there's a gap. Because now if you consider even a very you know, even a clothing brand will have a Facebook page, it will have a website. So again someone is looking after the Facebook handles, again someone is looking after the website, so people are actually getting hired and someone is there who is writing. So even at the grassroots root level, people are understanding the importance of social media for the promotion, the website for the promotion. So yes, people are getting hired and things are getting better than before. So the
And
scope
also
of
there is
earning
a,
has also increased, I would say.
yeah, Kolkata. I came to Kolkata in the year 2017, and since then it's been 6 years. Kolkata is growing because when I came, it was a little behind. But in 6 years, pre-lockdown, post-lockdown, things have changed. Everything has been digitized, but things are changing, and for the better. The government has also come to the realization that West Bengal needs to have business. So
Okay.
I think that's the reason why my child goes to the new town school, and I see the amount of branding they do, and also they take care of the children. Change is so fast, Rumi, here in Kolkata now. Kolkata is not what it was 6 years back. So I think yes, like Hina ma'am said, like Joytri ma'am said, we should carry the banner, or we should go places here in
See,
Kolkata.
Kolkata market, I would say, is a very open market where we are
Yes,
willing to experiment, where we are willing to
welcome.
welcome
Yeah.
new talents, where we are ready to experiment, be it for the startups in media or any other thing. We are growing in leaps and bounds in every sector, and content is no less. I would say the biggest of writers are like Robi Thakur and other talents have been from Kolkata, West Bengal. So it's a literary hub. It's the heart of literature, West Bengal.
It's the cultural
So there's
capital of India.
always
So
so
who is
there's
going to
there's
stop it?
there's immense scope of all kind of literary work, media. Even the media, most of the media professionals are from Kolkata,
So
be it in Delhi
Satyajit
or
Ray,
Bombay.
how can we forget him? We have
Yeah.
Satyajit Ray Film Institute.
So
So
Kolkata is always evolving. Kolkata is always
yes.
welcoming, and Kolkata is always developing.
So,
So I would like to
what
end it
is your
on this.
advice for what is your advice for young women entrepreneurs or the mothers who are
See,
starting
mother.
or who are working on this venture?
Well, nowadays there's no restrictions for women of any age group to start. We are no longer biased towards a certain age, towards a certain body type, towards a certain mindset. Kolkata is open to everyone and everything. You can always start up from where you are. All you need to do is connect with the right resources, be in the right
Yes.
platform, get in touch with the right people, communicate with the right people, and just don't be afraid of starting anything new. Be
Be bold.
experimental.
Yeah.
Be
That's it.
experimental with whatever you like, with whatever you have. It will definitely get accepted. I, that is there. Just
What
And
is your
also,
just
Rumi,
opinion,
be
Shweta?
positive. Just be positive and start off.
yeah, same. Or but last thing, you have to think before you venture out because you need funding, you need investors, and it is not easy to get investors. I know a friend who has a firm, and he had offered me to work, but he had to keep me aside because the startups here are unable to pay experienced professionals. So that is the gap that I think people need to identify how they can get funding, or where, like I have seen in IIM Ahmedabad, there is an entrepreneurship cell. In IIM Bangalore, there is an entrepreneurship cell. So people should go there, exchange their ideas, and get as many investors as possible. So that would be my suggestion.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Many media startups are there to support entrepreneurs and women who would like to grow and develop themselves. So they can always get in touch. Keep your eyes and ears open. Media, eyes and ears. These three things should
চোখটা
go
খুলে
together.
রাখতে হবে সেটা
Yeah,
I am so happy to be with two young, positive-minded women. আমার
So,
আজকে এত ভালো লাগলো তোমাদের দুজনের সঙ্গে কথা বলে। You both were brimming with positivity.
oh,
ma'am,
thank you
it's
so much.
because
Thank you
we
so
have
much.
all of you around. You have given Josh talk, and Rumi is the Josh, the backbone of Janitri.
Yes,
So we
yes,
have,
yes. Three cheers for Rumi.
yes, hip hip
Yeah, happy
hooray.
for
Hey, favorite.
Not not for me, for all of us. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
So we
Thank
have
you
got
so much.
shortage of time.
Please
Thank you
keep
so
in
much.
touch.
Thank you so much.
Uh, Thank you so
Okay,
much.
bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Bye.
And we all will be back again for everyone. Thank
Sure.
you.